can't believe you did this.
There's nothing left to say.
The wine glass trembled in my hand, its ruby contents catching the dim glow of the chandelier. My lips parted, and the words slipped out, soft as a prayer but heavy as sin. I miss how he made me feel. The kitchen fell silent, save for the faint hum of the refrigerator. I froze, my breath catching my throat. I hadn't meant to say it aloud. My eyes darted to the doorway, where Ethan stood, his silhouette rigid against the flickering light of the living room. His keys dangled from his hand, motionless, as if time itself had paused to witness my betrayal. The air grew thick, charged with the weight of my confession. Ethan's face was unreadable, his jaw tight, his eyes glinting with something raw. Hurt, maybe, or rage. I wanted to speak, to claw the words back, but my tongue felt like lead. He turned without a word, his footsteps heavy on the hardwood, and the front door slammed shut, shaking the house like a gunshot. By midnight, I found the divorce papers on the kitchen counter, his signature already scrawled in sharp, unforgiving ink. The next morning, the house fell hollow, its silence louder than any argument. I sat at the dining table, staring at the papers, my coffee growing cold. My fingers traced the edge of the document, the words irreconcilable differences blurring through unshed tears. How had it come to this? Ethan and I had built a life. 5 years of shared laughter, quiet mornings, and dreams of a future with kids and a dog. But last night, in one careless moment, I'd cracked the foundation. It wasn't that I loved Marcus still. Not really. But his memory lingered like a bruise, tender and impossible to ignore. Marcus had been wildfire, reckless, consuming, leaving me breathless in a way Ethan's steady warmth never could. Ethan was safety, a lighthouse guiding me through storms. Marcus had been the storm. And last night, in a moment of weakness, I'd let myself miss the chaos. I replayed the evening in my mind, searching for clues I'd missed. Ethan had been distant for weeks, his smiles forced, his touches fleeting. I'd chalked it up to work stress, to the long hours he'd been pulling at the law firm. But now I wondered, had he sensed it? The way my thoughts sometimes drifted to Marcus during quiet moments, when Ethan's hand rested on mine, but my heart felt elsewhere. I'd never acted on it, never called Marcus, never reached out, but the guilt was there, a shadow I couldn't shake. My phone buzzed, snapping me back to present. A text from Ethan. We need to talk. Tonight, 7 p.m. My stomach twisted. The curtness of his words felt like a blade, precise and cold. I typed a dozen replies. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Please let me explain, but deleted them all. What could I say? That I didn't love Marcus? That I loved Ethan more? Both felt like lies, tangled in the mess of my own heart. The day dragged, each hour heavier than the last. I wandered the house, its familiar corners now alien. The living room, where we danced to jazz records on lazy Sundays, felt like a stage set for someone else's life. The bedroom, with its unmade bed and Ethan's cologne still lingering on the pillows, mocked me with memories of intimacy now shattered. I found myself standing in front of the mirror, staring at a woman I barely recognized, eyes puffy, lips chapped from nervous biting, a stranger wearing my skin. By evening, the sky had turned bruised purple, rain tapping against the windows like impatient fingers. I sat on the couch, clutching a throw pillow, when Ethan walked in. His coat was damp, his hair mussed, but his expression was calm, too calm, like the eye of a hurricane. He didn't sit. He stood across the room, arms crossed, his gaze piercing through me. Tell me, he said, his voice low, controlled. Tell me what you meant last night. My throat tightened. Ethan, I faltered, my hands twisting the pillow's fringe. It was a stupid thing to say. I didn't mean it like that. Like what? His tone sharpened, a crack in his composure. Like you're still in love with him? Like I'm not enough? No! The word burst out, desperate. It's not about love. It's, I don't know, nostalgia. A memory. Marcus was a mistake. You know that. You're my life. Ethan. He laughed, a bitter sound that cut deeper than any shout. Your life? Then why am I the one who feels like a guest in it? He stepped closer, his eyes searching mine. I've seen it, Claire. The way you look at your phone when you think I'm not watching. The way you get quiet when his name comes up. Don't lie to me now. My heart pounded, guilt and fear colliding. He was right. I'd been careless, letting Marcus's shadow creep into our marriage. But it wasn't what he thought. Or was it? Doubt gnawed at me, blurring the line between memory and desire. I haven't done anything. I whispered, my voice breaking. I swear, Ethan, I haven't contacted him. Then why say it? His voice rose, raw with pain. Why stand in our kitchen, where we've cooked dinners, planned our future, and whisper that you miss him? Tears spilled down my cheeks, hot and relentless. I don't know, I admitted, the truth spilling out like blood. I miss how alive I felt with him, even if it was toxic. But I don't want that. I want you. I choose you. Ethan's face softened for a moment, but then it hardened again. He reached into his pocket and pulled out his phone, swiping to a photo. My breath caught as he turned the screen toward me. It was a screenshot of a text conversation. My number, my words, sent to Marcus 2 months ago. Sometimes I wonder what we could have been. My stomach plummeted. I didn't remember sending it. Had I been drunk? Lonely? The timestamp was late. 2:17 a.m. A night Ethan had been away for work. Where did you get this? I stammered, my voice barely audible. Marcus sent to me. Ethan said, his voice flat. He thought I should know. The room spun. Marcus, the man who'd broken me years ago, had reached back from the past to shatter my present. Why? Revenge? Jealousy? Or had I invited this? With my reckless words, my unguarded heart? Ethan, I don't remember sending it, I said, desperation clawing at my voice. It was a mistake. I was probably drinking. Stop. He held up a hand, his eyes glistening with unshed tears. I can't do this, Claire. I can't keep wondering if I'm second best. He turned toward the door, pausing only to say, I'll stay at a hotel tonight. You should find somewhere else to go. The door closed softly this time, but it felt louder than any slam. I sank to the floor. The screenshot burned into my mind. My phone buzzed again, and I grabbed it, hoping it was Ethan. But it was Marcus. Told you he'd never understand us. The words hit like a slap, and suddenly, the truth crystallized. Marcus hadn't just sent that screenshot to Ethan. He'd orchestrated this, planting doubt, exploiting my weakness. And I'd let him, with one whispered confession, one reckless text. The betrayal wasn't just mine. It was his, a calculated strike to ruin what I'd built. But the worst part? I'd given him the ammunition. I stared at the divorce papers, my heart splintering. Ethan was gone, and I was left with the wreckage of my own choices, and the chilling realization that Marcus had never let me go.